Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking live at Freeport Athletic Stadium for tonight's first home game of the season. It's mini cheer night. The stadium is packed. The band's still playing the alma mater right after the national anthem. South Allegheny is the opponent tonight. And Wayne, another opportunity for a team that we beat last year to seek revenge on what was last year's underclassmen.
Right, definitely. Looking at their roster, though, they only 28 guys on the roster, 3 seniors, so they're pretty young too.
Yep.
So not sure how many of those guys saw significant time last year. So coming off a big win last week for their season opener at home in the Week 0 game against York, they won 28-14. Cameron Epps was the star, 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards rushing. So we'll see Coach Duran's defense ready to go. I'm sure that was the focus of the week, was him for that. And rebounding from last week for the Jackets. Tough loss up at Indiana, losing 28-14 as well at Indiana.
Yeah, tough way to start the season last week. On the road, long road trip to boot, senior-heavy team. But I expect the Jackets to bounce back. Drew Ross is a student of the game, and I think he'll be better for what he went through last week. And again, talked about last week, it wasn't bad decisions, it wasn't panic, some things just he tried to make plays and it didn't work out. It's a young team, they're still trying to find chemistry. I've heard that some restructuring on the line this week after last weekend's game, so they're going to be experimenting a lot this year. You got a lot of guys playing a lot of reps that didn't play anything other than JV last year, so it's always good to be back on the home field. And again, huge crowd for mini cheerleading night, always packs the stadium, so I think you'll see a little bit more energy. I don't think there was a lack of effort last week, but it's just always a little bit more of a buzz playing at home on Friday night lights.
Right, and one of those juggling you mentioned, see senior Taylor King supporting the new number this week, 55 instead of number 3. So assuming he'll be one of those linemen that we'll be taking a look at this week in the restructuring of the line. But like you said, home opener for the Jackets, so they'll be ready to go, coming back from last week. But the big thing is, once again, it's a non-conference matchup, so it just gives them more experience for those section games coming up in the future.
Yep, and starting next week again, hitting the road, brand new turf, upgraded stadium at Knock. But right now the players, as you can see, are going to head out for the coin toss. Senior captains tonight are number 1, Brady Sullivan, number 56, Icky Woods, 26, Colton Otterman, and 59, Brady Pega. South Allegheny has their shirts rolled up, which is always tough to see who's who, but we know for sure number 4, Cameron Epps. I think that's number 11, Hunter Milanick. Looks like 21 and 22, so 21 is sophomore Austin Shane, and another sophomore, 22, Joe Gamrett. So a young core of captains, I think that's a pretty good indication of what the makeup of this team is going to be. I think they're going to be a young team as well.
Definitely. And looking over there, number 25 for them, Camden Lewis, some preseason hype about him. Unfortunately, he's in shorts, so I don't think he'll be participating this evening for the game tonight for South Allegheny either. So be interesting to see how they respond to that, because he played last week, so to see how he responds to that.
Yep. Good news for Freeport. Dawson Gaylott, the nephew of head coach John Gaylott, is back. He was cleared by his doctors, talked to his mom and dad last Spirit night on Wednesday night. Dawson's ready to get at it. I think we're probably going to see some of him at linebacker and running back, maybe even some return game for Dawson. Dawson just a sophomore, but expected to make a big impact on this team this year. Last year, down at South Allegheny, my recollection of the game, South Allegheny was right with us in the first half, pulled off some big plays. They were toasting single coverage. So, obviously they're not going to throw at Ben Lane. I don't even remember, much less, willing to point out who was on the other corner. But anytime there was single coverage on a receiver, they were just chucking it deep. And their receivers were running it down, making catches. I think the one receiver got tackled inside the 2, and then they fumbled. And, they had some big plays early. They couldn't capitalize, and then they just imploded. And once they imploded, they started arguing with each other. I saw the one kid yelling at a coach, and we just steamrolled from there. So A lot of athleticism, hopefully a little more discipline this year. For South Allegheny, wasn't even as an opposing, father. You just don't like to see that in high school sports or at any level. So hopefully they have a little bit more discipline and composure this year, and we get to see a great game here tonight.
All right, looks like Freeport will be kicking off to start the game tonight. So we'll see the defense and how they've adjusted to Mr. Epps for this week and what their game plan is early for the Jackets. 64.
Big Colt Troutman.
Colt Troutman kicking off.
I love the lineman kicking off. A little pooch. Attempt for an onside kick, and they got it. Brady Sullivan. That's the way you come out in the home game, Wayne.
You couldn't have thrown that kickoff any better than where he placed that kickoff right between the front line and the second line. And honestly, if he didn't recover it, there's another Jacket right there ready to recover it too. So
we talked last week about an experienced coaching crew. They break down and watch a lot of film, and I guarantee that's something they saw, something in their alignment. And talked last week about the speedster and Brady Sullivan. You put him the whole way out here, kick to an open spot. I'm sure they worked on that all week long at practice and paid off. They're going to start the first half with the ball, and then they're going to have the ball to start the second half as well. So Drew Ross in the shotgun. Sidecar left is Justin Jack. 4 receiver formation, including freshman number 8, Danny King, in the slot on the Freeport sideline here. Side Wisniewski, number 13. Sip Selinger, number 4, comes in motion. They throw downfield for Brady Sullivan. Looks like Brady zigged, and Drew was expecting him to zag. The incomplete pass brings up a second down for the Jackets.
Like you said, it just looked like Brady cut to the inside as he threw it to the outside, unfortunately. And, luckily for the Jackets, felt incomplete there. Could have been potentially picked off, but lived to see second down here. And like we said, Taylor King, sporting number 55.
He's in at left guard. Right beside number 72, Colton Mellish on the left. The right side is 56, Icky Woods, and 77, Wade Potoshnak. Wade is the sophomore, as well as number 72, Colton Mellish. Pass is complete. Handoff to Justin Jack. Looks like he picks up 3 yards. We'll bring up 3rd and 7. And just like last week, Drew Ross coming to the sideline each play to get between each play to get the next play. Last year, as we talked about, they had heavy rotation. They probably 8, 10 skill players deep, and the receivers would run the play in. This year, Ross coming to the sideline, getting the plays from new offensive coordinator.
About 3rd and 7 here.
Colton Otterman in the kind of H-back position that time. Ross rolls out, passes for Otterman, and finds him at the 25-yard line. First down, Freeport. Great design play. Ross rolls out, takes his time, waits for Otterman to get through the defense, and finds him wide open at the 25-yard line for a big first down. Gets tackled at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jackets.
Nice route. Good patience by Ross there, rolling out, buying some time. And honestly, man, Wisniewski 1 block probably away from springing Otterman for a touchdown there.
Otterman again. Kind of a tight end H-back position on the left side of the line. Handoff is to Justin Jack. Met at the line of scrimmage. Like number 9. Brandon Gauss, number 21. Austin Shane on a tackle.
An injury timeout.
That's a big man, too. Number 58, Island Russell Okoyun, Jr., 6'5", 315.
I think
that
Island
is going to be
an
literally
appropriate name.
Literally and figuratively a big loss if it's any more than a cramp. And unfortunately, I think they're working more on his knee than his calf. So it looks like it's going to be marked for a 5-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Jackets. Ball around the 14-yard line, so maybe more like 2nd and 6. While we have a minute, I want to thank our sponsors for tonight. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Bird's Foot Golf Course, a personal favorite of yours and mine, Wayne.
Definitely a fun track to play on. Lots of time spent out there. Appreciate their sponsorship.
Wayne hits it right down the fairway. I try to drive over the pond, and sometimes it lands in the fairway, sometimes in the water, sometimes in the woods. But Travis Lindsay and his crew at Birdsfoot do a great job, and appreciate his sponsorship of the High Top Sports Network.
Favorite hole out there? What is it?
Even though I'm a righty, it's that dog leg left. Is it what's it called? I can't think what it's called. Second, is it the second? No, the second hole is the water.
Three.
Yep, big dog leg left. I just hammer it and try to hit the right side of the hill so it bounces back on the fairway. And even though it's a dog leg left, it kind of plays into my slice because even if I miss, I'm still in the next hole. There's trees over there to lose ball. So 58 is walking off the field, but very, very gingerly with the assistance of 2 South Allegheny staff members. So you hate to see that. Hopefully nothing major for Island Russell Okoye. A couple other big guys on their line too. They don't lack for size. The number 66 is Dante Saputo. He's a senior, 6'3", 360. Number 74, Anthony Houghton, 6'2", 290. Coach Gaylott would love to have that size on his line. Haven't seen that at Freeport for quite some time. Justin Jack shifts sidecar right, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side of the formation. Ross, quick slant to Sip Sellinger. Gang tackled. Official is pretty close to a first down.
About a half yard short, maybe.
So one play we saw last week, Wayne, if you remember, shotgun snap on these 3rd and short situations. Ross will run up to the huddle to get a quick snap and try to lean with one of the linemen. You know what I didn't think about? I didn't catch. Talked about changes on the line. Brady Pega back at center this week. He was a tackle last week, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to note that with a new center, I wasn't sure.
Ross is going to take the snap out of the gun. Sails a little bit high for Brady Sullivan. Passes incomplete, brings up 4th down. Again, 4th down territory here. If they want to run that play where Drew runs up to the huddle, they could certainly do that here. I like taking a shot at Brady Sullivan there, especially with 8, 9 guys in the box. Single coverage, take a chance on your
I think they're yelling for the field goal team. Better hustle out there, about 20 seconds on the clock.
Well, again, remember this, Drew Ross is the holder. So are they kicking or they have another trick up their sleeve? They already tried an onside kick. Could this be a fake punt or a fake field goal?
Got a timeout.
Gotta think about it.
Calling timeout. I think it's on Freeport calling a timeout. Yep.
My buddy Mike Jarasinski, one of the officials tonight. Freeport does call a timeout. 9:01 in the first quarter. Scoreless tie. Freeport recovered an onside kick to begin the game and have been methodically moving down the field. 4th and 1-ish. And prior to that timeout, they brought out the kicking team. We'll see what happens out of the timeout. Last week there was a kicking or a punting situation. They called a timeout and ran a play. So not sure they would call a timeout just to kick a field goal, but we'll see here momentarily.
Like you said, Mike Jarasinski there, the head linesman. Son Mike is the head referee.
Yep.
Tonight, so
Mike does college, is officiating college games now too.
Right.
For the elementary basketball program, I coordinate all the officiating with Mike, and he's always asking me, he's like, when are you going to be done coaching? When do you want to ref? Like, no time soon, buddy.
They're going for it, it looks like. That timeout again.
So Ross out of the shotgun. Madam Wisniewski split way right of the formation. Number 8, Danny King lined up at tight end right along the line. Sellinger and Sullivan to the left. Justin Jack right up the middle, runs over defenders, picks up the first down. Number 7, Garrett Kent, and number 21, Austin Shane combined on the tackle. It is a Jacket first down. Danny King comes out. Senior Colton Otterman comes back in for the Jackets. Tough spot for the defense here. They've been on the field for quite some time. They're on the hottest part of the field where the sun's still shining. Brady Sullivan split right this time.
Oh, high snap on the ground.
Ross smart to just fall on it there and live to see another snap.
Like you said, new center this week. Different things. I mean, it's not like it's under center where you got to worry about it as much on the exchange there with the shotgun formation.
And it's not like Brady's new to that position. He played it all 2 seasons ago. He was starting center for most of the season. Moved to right tackle last year and back at center here tonight. So
trips to the right, sidecar to the right. We're overloading the right-hand side. Colton Otterman on the left by himself, tight end.
Ross flushed out of the pocket, now rolls to his right. Going to try to get somewhere with his feet. Big hit from behind by number 9, Brandon Guest. I think number 21, Austin Shane, got the worst of that. Shane was ready to square him up, and Guest hit him from behind and plowed over Shane. So a 3rd and a long goal. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. Single coverage on all the receivers. Sellinger in motion, but a flag before the snap.
Delay a game. So we're 3rd and goal from outside the 20 now.
Yeah, certainly not what they wanted when they had the ball there right inside the 10, but see what we can make of it here. One bad snap, one penalty. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 20. Sellinger again in motion. DB coming with him this time, indicating it's a man coverage. Ross throws downfield for Wisniewski. Touchdown, Freeport. Single coverage on Wisniewski, and he toasts Hunter Molinek. Freeport on the board first with 6:25 remaining in the first quarter. 20-yard pass from Drew Ross to Matt Wisniewski. Sophomore to sophomore. Get the Jackets on the board.
Our guy Cole Troutman run out there for the extra point. It's our Mark Sparrow.
Yep, Mark Sparrow extra point.
Extra point.
Drew Ross the holder. Troutman's kick is up and good.
6:25 to go. So they took up almost
first.
Half the first quarter there.
Yeah.
Fox's Pizza on the scoreboard there, one of our favorite local pizza places. Matt and Gloria Fryer, great people. Always very supportive of the athletic programs and the community programs in the area. So thankful to have them in our community. Looks like neon night in the student section.
Neon night. Yeah, a lot of safety vests. I like how they do the themes every night. Big crowd tonight. That's good to see.
We got the mini cheerleaders on the one side of the home bleachers, the band and the student section on the other side.
All right. Got some freshmen out there in a kickoff team. Number 2, Bryson Pega. Number 14, Camden Schlegel. Number 9, Braden Pamebo. We've seen Danny King. He's out there on kickoff as well, number 8. So young guys getting a chance. John does that a lot with his special teams. Kick to the short side of the field again. Sullivan couldn't run it down. Number 22, Joe Gamrett, was right there to watch it roll out of bounds. Kicking the ball out of bounds on kickoff is a penalty. Ball will be spotted. And again, we saw last week's team, the receiving team has the option to decline or take the ball. They're going to take the ball 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. The quarterback for South Allegheny is number 5, Malachi Myers, a freshman. And in the backfield, number 4, Cameron Epps. You see over 200 yards. Was it 240 last week on the ground?
Yeah, big.
Runs into
game.
a swarm of Jacket defenders.
I think last week, number 6, Ryan Cortez, was the quarterback.
Okay.
He's in street clothes over there for South Allegheny.
Number 55, Taylor King, TK3, rocking the 55 tonight with the early tackle. And I figured Todd Duran's defense is going to prey on a freshman quarterback. Sell out the run and make a freshman quarterback beat you. And number 5, Sean Sellinger on the right end, Colt Otterman on the left. Otterman gets shoved to the ground from behind, obvious penalty. Epps gets knocked out of bounds near the line, by the line of scrimmage. Easy call for the official there.
He's looking if we want to accept it or not, because it'll be 3rd and long or 2nd and really long.
Penalty is declined. We'll bring up 3rd and 12 as he sets the stick. Myers takes a snap, throws it away, and the ball's intercepted. Number 72, Colton Mellish. Hit him right in the chest. When we talked last week about Drew Ross not making those kind of panic plays, that was a panic play by a freshman quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. Felt the heat from Colton Otterman and kind of flipped it up, hoping to get it to his running back and right to number 72, Colton Mellish.
It looked like they were trying to set up a screen there, just didn't have time to develop, and Panic threw it out there, and Freeport second turnover in the game if you consider the onside kick to begin the game. A turnover, so Jackets start 1st and 10, ball at the 26-yard line. Sullivan, Sellinger, King, and Wisniewski, receiver. False start on number 13, Matt Wisniewski.
Little flinch.
Matt's little brother Cannon is on the 7th and 8th grade team. Had a couple nice plays yesterday. First scrimmage of the season for the 7th and 8th graders at Apollo Ridge. 3 touchdowns for Freeport.
Miss the old days of a 9th grade team, too.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I'm still in the group text from last year, and the JV game tomorrow morning at South Allegheny already canceled. Unfortunately, 3A schools, it's harder and harder to field full teams, and we lose a handful of JV games every year. I'm sure the JV players probably won't mind not having to get up early and drive the whole way to South Allegheny, but ride a bus way to South Allegheny. But hate to lose JV games. So valuable, like I said, no 9th grade team, so JV gate is the best opportunity for a lot of the younger players to develop, and losing one early is tough.
Yeah, Ross got lucky there. A couple guys collided from South Allegheny, dropped that potential interception.
Yeah, it looked like he might have tried to weave that through double, triple coverage, unfortunately. Get new life here. Hand off to Justin Jack. Big hole. Justin Jack cuts. Picks up a Jacket first down.
Did a great job of reading the blockers there and finding the hole and opened up like the Red Sea there, the second level there.
Well, I initially wondered why he was cutting back, because that hole left to look like he could have ran the whole way to the pylon, but that hole he ran through was equally as big and right down the middle. So first down, Jackets. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. Colton Otterman back in at H-back.
Sullivan out there to the left.
Handoff again is to Jack. Jack inside the 10-yard line. Brandon Guest credited with the tackle from the PA announcer Pete Shell here at Freeport. Number 9 for the South Allegheny Lions. Lions Center.
Gladiators.
Gladiators. That's even better. South Fayette's the Lions.
Yep.
Beautiful complex. UPMC dumped a bunch of money into a stadium upgrade, maybe even a brand new stadium at South Allegheny. It was absolutely beautiful last year. Looked like number 77, Wade Patashnak, got rolled up a little bit there. Bounces right up to his feet. That's good to see. Always a concern with linemen on those running plays, getting rolled up. Ross back into the huddle. Short loss on the play brings up 3rd and 6. Ball is at the 11-yard line. 3:30 and counting remaining in the first quarter.
Spreading Wisniewski wide again.
Ross, quick slant, caught. Brady Sullivan still on his feet, gets into the end zone for another Jacket touchdown. Brady Sullivan is slim, but he is tough as nails, dragging defenders into the end zone like a fullback. 13-0 Freeport.
Like you said, great job there by him catching the slant first. Little contact when he caught it, and then finishing off there on the run.
I don't know how you cover that any better. A good coverage. Sullivan just beats it. Troutman in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up and good with 3:09 remaining in the first quarter. Now on the Bird's Foot scoreboard, 14-0 Freeport. Commercial break. Take a quick commercial break. You can learn a little bit about Steffi's.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made
So Freeport set the kickoff. Cole Troutman.
Looks like the South Allegheny band is making their appearance with 3:09 to go. I'll hit some traffic.
Kickoff bounce right off the hands of number 22, Joe Gamrett, but the Gladiators recover. They will start 1st and 10. Ball marked just short of their 40-yard line.
We're getting here about 5:45, and the South Allegheny football team is just getting here too. So I don't know if there's lots of traffic. They got caught up a little bit late.
Traffic everywhere. Route 28, 356. I don't remember exactly. I think went Turnpike and then so 28 Turnpike and down 48. So.
Nice to see the band make it, though. South Allegheny.
Handoff was number 21, Austin Shane. Nowhere to go. Met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looks like Island's still over there sitting behind the bench, getting some attention.
Clock.
Referee's stopping the game. The clock wasn't functioning quite right. Gonna run some time off.
Some other games on High Top Sports Network tonight if halftime or get a little break if you want to jump over and check out Armstrong and Aliquippa. It's quite the matchup. Highlands against Blackhawk tonight. And I missed who Western Open's playing. Pass falls incomplete, intended for number 4, Epps. Split him out at wide receiver that time.
Is there United Valley up that way?
Yeah.
I want to say that's who it was for them.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
The old Heritage Conference. My new school, River Valley, playing out there, so I don't have to get used to those teams.
Speaking of Armstrong making the trip, they're making the trip to the new Heinz Field. It's Aliquippa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Redid the pit, and this year they got some money sponsorship, so they are calling it Heinz Field. So
love it. I still call the Steelers Stadium Heinz Field.
I think a lot of people
And
still
then,
call
like the JV team comes and plays on Saturday.
I think a lot of people still call the new Heinz Field the pit too.
Myers rolls out, finds intended for number 21 Austin Shane. Ball is behind him. Pass falls incomplete, brings up a 4th and 10 for the Gladiators. Definitely not the same athletes and offense we saw last year at South Allegheny. So it must have been a senior-heavy team there too. Was watching as a fan, didn't have a roster, but they definitely don't have experienced athletes like we saw last year. Young players for the Gladiators, and you can see number 4, number 5 trying to communicate with each other, and fortunately I think the frustration's starting to build already for South Allegheny. Timeout with 4 seconds remaining in the play clock as they come to the huddle. It's a lot to ask for a freshman to play quarterback in varsity football. There's some guys that make it easy and can do it right off the bat. Myers struggling here so far, getting a little pep talk from that Camden Lewis, the injured player.
Yeah, 6'3" junior. Like I said, he was drawing some Division I interest at the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, he's out this week for them, but he came running out. And number 6, Ryan Cortez, who I think was their starting quarterback last week, is out there in street close too, trying to get the offense pumped up a little bit. With a freshman quarterback back there, it's tough, especially when it's everybody else's second game a lot,
right,
and it's his first game.
And unfortunately, the only way to get through it is just to grind through it and try to maintain your composure like Drew Ross has been able to do here in the first week and a quarter. So 2:23 remaining in the first quarter. It is Freeport 0, Freeport 14, South Allegheny 0.
It looks like the quarterback will be handling the punting duties. He's moving up close. Sidecar with Epps there beside him, the running back.
Sip Sellinger still going to play deep safety now. Myers drops back again. Gets a nice kick away. Maybe that'll help the confidence a little bit. And a great roll, just barrel rolling. Sellinger takes a chance, picks it up right in front of the defender. Gets up near the Freeport 40-yard line.
Risky play, especially when you're up 14-0. You don't want to give the other team that good field position if he happened to lose control of it, but it's a risk-reward type play.
It's one of those plays. No. Oh, okay. We're good.
Yeah, so.
Good to see number 77, Wade Patashnak, running back out on the field after getting rolled up a little bit on that last possession.
Jackets once again in pretty good starting position. This offensive series.
Nose of the ball on their 39-yard line. Wisniewski's going to come split wide right. It's like Sellinger and Sullivan to the left. Jack sidecar left. Jack's going to get the handoff. Met behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle by number 21, Austin Shane.
Did a great job filling that hole.
21 on 21.
21 collision there, like you said.
No gain. Justin was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So no loss, but no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10 with the ball at the 39.
Shane, only a sophomore. We noted he was a captain in pregame. filling that middle linebacker position very nicely for South Allegheny.
Later tonight, we'll be giving away our Body Revolution Player of the Game. Body Revolution is a locally owned gym in downtown Freeport. Drew Ross, design keeper, near midfield, gets tackled on the B. The yellow jacket, as it may be. Looks to have picked up 8 yards, bring up 3rd and 2.
Last week, our Body Revolution Player of the Week was Brady Sullivan with his 2 touchdowns, 1 offensively and 1 defensively. So some candidates this week already, but lots of football left to play. 1 minute to go in the first quarter here. Good early start for the Jackets on their home turf in front of the mini cheerleader crowd this evening. Give them lots to cheer for.
Handoff. Good pass action there by Drew Ross to sell it. Jackets cross midfield, picks up the first down. Number 21, Austin Shane. Number 22, Joe Gamrett. Come off the bottom of the pile for the tackle. I think Malachi Myers was in on the tackle as well.
Might be the last play of the quarter. Only 16 seconds on the game clock.
Indeed
18
it is.
on the play clock, so it looks like Freeport will take the 14-0 lead at the end of first quarter.
Great way to start the first home game. As you said, mini cheer night. The stands are packed. People are standing all around the railing. It's great to be home. Good home cooking. Out to a 14-0 lead. Let you listen to the band a little bit here between quarters. One of the best bands in the WPIAL, formerly under the direction of Dr. Chaz Shipman. Dr. Shipman now a principal at Freeport, so Nick Smith has taken the reins and hasn't missed a beat. So one of the best bands around. Do a great job. Talk about mini cheerleading night, big fundraiser for the cheerleading boosters.
Do it once during football season, once during basketball season.
Yep, false start.
Little flinch there.
Looked like a little Canadian wide receiver action. Bring up 1st and 15. Moves the ball back across their side of 50-yard line.
So last night, I guess last week we had a little college kickoff, but last night officially got it going for me. Florida, Utah.
Yeah.
Big one.
I listened to it a little bit on the radio on the way back from Paula Ridge. It was 6 o'clock scrimmage, so I came home, turned it on. It was right about halftime, and I was asleep by the time the second half started.
As a Pitt fan, tomorrow evening, get to watch Evil versus Evil, West Virginia and Penn State. That's the first game on the NBC broadcasts for Big Ten. They'll be having a weekly Saturday night game. So.
Always tough to play in Beaver Stadium at night. I know it's not a whiteout, but it's going to be tough conditions. Old school rivalry between West Virginia and Penn State. Should be a great matchup.
West Virginia, a couple weeks.
JV team playing
hosting
tomorrow?
The Panthers.
Drew Ross shot deep for Brady Sullivan. Just over his outstretched fingertips. Number 8, Tyreek Chapman Benson was chasing Sullivan. And it was the ball sailed a little bit more so than the coverage there. Sullivan was definitely behind the defender. Pass ball is incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 15.
Pitt Panthers home tomorrow to Wofford facing former offense coordinator Sean Watson's the head coach of Wofford. Maybe get to see the debut of AK Valley player Braylon Lovelace from Leechburg. Jack with a nice run, finds a hole, still scampering down the sideline, keeps on his feet, and
it's going to be down at the 1. Great run, good design on the play, but a flag right about the 32-yard line.
Unfortunately, Jack is also down in the end zone.
An official timeout for an injury, 11:38 remaining in the first half. 14-0 Freeport. Had the ball deep inside Gladiator territory. Looks like the penalty is on the good guys, and the ball's going to be back at the Gladiator 42.
Unfortunately, you don't want to see injuries. In the past, Mr. Siegel's always been out there. I think last fall, I don't know if he covered stuff in the fall, if he moved back in the winter sports, but this year he's doing a little bit, part-time Monday through Thursday, and then a different gentleman comes in on Friday nights and Saturdays in the athletic department for the athletic training.
Got a standard there. There's a threshold at with which your income affects your retirement for the pension for Peaser, so you always got to be mindful to stay under that threshold. Worked all those years to earn that pension. You don't want to cross that threshold.
Hate to see Justin Jack down. Senior, he's kind of bided his time behind that group that graduated last year. So he didn't get a ton of time, but now getting his opportunity. So hopefully it's nothing too serious out there. See Coach Gaylord out there, Coach Duran, along with the trainer. So obviously some concern for him. Mr. Waller's the principal. Used to be
Former
offense
coach,
coordinator here. Also a player back in the day here at Freeport. Now the.
Did he play for you ever?
Yes,
timelines
he
mixed
did.
Up who played when?
Well, I was the junior high coach, so I was just there Friday nights when he was on the sideline. But
Gotcha.
he is the 7 through 12 principal. Freeport did a little restructuring this year.
Yeah.
So they have a principal that Mr. Waller covers both the middle school and the high school, and then there's assistant principals at both buildings. Mentioned Dr. Shipman, and then
Renee Bogan, my son's all-time favorite teacher. Until he
Mrs.
had Mark
Bogan.
Wyatt. Now it's a 1A, 1B thing. So he always says Mrs. Bogan's his favorite elementary principal, teacher. Mr. Wyatt's his favorite high school teacher.
Speaking of retirements, Mr. Siegel not here this year. Mr. Wyant, first year in a long, long time. He is not bebopping the halls, preaching.
Tell you what, that retirement looks good on him. It's the best hand I've ever seen on that man. Said he's been outside doing a lot of yard work instead of being inside. He was always in the building, always in the classroom. In addition to being teacher, he was the union president for a very long time. Was the academic advisor for a lot of sports teams. Always very involved in the community. Justin Jack being helped off the field, both the shoe and the sock off the right ankle.
And no weight being put on it, unfortunately.
Well, I can't tell you, though, so my son is in 8th grade. He had an ankle injury, couldn't put any weight on it on a Monday and played baseball on a Thursday, so hopefully just minor. And we'll see Justin Jack hopefully second half, maybe no later than next week. But if you're so inclined, please say a prayer for number 21, Justin Jack.
Next week, the Jackets make the trip to Quaker Valley.
Oh, it's not Knock next week. I was thinking it was Knock next
Knock's middle of October.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So another exhibition game.
Another decent road trip.
Long road trip.
Might see my boy Ben Roethlisberger on the other sideline. He's coaching youth football for the Quaker Valley Youth Program.
The head football coach, Coach Kappa.
Riverview guy.
His dad was a long-time Riverview
false
coach.
Start on the offense. A little salt in the wound here. starter injured, and now 5-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 9, ball at the 47-yard line of the Gladiators. So Colton Otterman has come into the backfield to handle running duties. I wouldn't be surprised maybe we get to see some of Dawson Gaylott back there as well.
Jason Kappa, that'll be the head coach.
Well, Dawson Gaylott's actually in at H-back with Otterman in a running back. High snap, taken by Otterman, or handed off to Otterman. Otterman, big gain to the left side of the field. Tackle near the 20-yard line by number 22, Joe Gamrett, but not before another big gain by the Jackets, this time Colton Otterman filling in for his senior buddy, Justin Jack.
Speaking of Knock, we're traveling over to Knock next week, but first home game this week in over a year, because last year they were always on the road putting the new turf in, hosting Indiana, who we lost to up at Indiana last week. Indiana makes a trip down here to Knock. Last year it was a 3 overtime game, Indiana and Knock.
Okay. Pretty give us a little indication. I know it's not always apples to apples when you're playing. Oh. Deep pass shot there to Matt Wisniewski. Coverage on a play by number 11, Hunter Milanick. Pass falls incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10. I like that Freeport's taking shots deep here against a young secondary for the Gladiators. They've been beating them in the air and on the ground. A lot of plays working for Freeport here so far against the young Gladiator defense.
Nice to take a glance down and see Brady Stevens on the sideline tonight at Westmoreland County Community College playing baseball with Dylan Stonebreaker, roommates over there. Home for the weekend, holiday weekend.
Another handoff to Colton Otterman. Another big gain. Breaks the tackle. Heads to the Gladiator sideline. Touchdown, Freeport. Colton Otterman. 23-yard touchdown run. Makes the score Freeport 20. South Allegheny 0 on the Bird's Foot Golf Course scoreboard.
9:52 remaining in the second quarter. Or Mark Sparrow.
Mark Sparrow, extra point.
Extra point.
If you need a tattoo, I think they probably do piercings over there too, down on up Route 356 towards Butler before you get to Lernerville, before you turn left there to go to Saxonburg. Mark Sparrow in the old G&D Beverage building. Troutman's kick this time is no good, so the score will remain at Freeport 20, South Allegheny 0. Colton Otterman getting some wind. Little drink. Huge play by Colton Otterman. Hate to lose your starting running back, but when the backup comes up and makes an impact like that, makes it a little bit easier to deal with. And again, hoping for best case scenario for Justin Jack that it's just a minor sprain and he'll be back sooner rather than later.
Pretty warm at kickoff with the sun out. Now the sun's going down, cooling off a little bit. Up here in the booth, though, are brought to us by Steffi's Catering. Get a little breeze with the window open, but not a whole lot. Check them out, their Sunday dinners. You can check Terry Steffi's Facebook page. All those are posted there.
What's the Sunday special? Did you look this week?
I want to say it was stuffed pork chops, maybe.
Okay.
We'll check. I'll check Facebook here in a little bit. Brady Pega out there on the kickoff team. I think he's filling in for Colton Otterman, maybe taking some time.
Good call. Another kick down the sideline. This one goes out of bounds. Even though it is a young team, a lot of times teams won't fall for that onside kick more than once. I think Freeport may be better off just kicking it down the middle and taking their chances. Maybe they're trying to keep it away from Epps.
That'd be part of it, I'm assuming. You know, keeping away from him, giving them a chance there. Interesting strategy, putting Brady Pega on the outside there and then having him be the one chase the kick.
Yeah, right. But again, instead of putting the ball in Epps' hands with a free run, stick the ball at the 35-yard line and make the freshman quarterback beat you.
Yep, it's worked so far. So
on the defensive line. Brady Pega is at nose. Taylor King at right tackle.
Danny King in there for Colton Otterman, I believe, on the outside here.
At right. Epps with the carry. Out near a first down on the Gladiators sideline.
Otterman coming in after taking a break there.
Ball's going to be spotted about a 7-yard gain at the Gladiator 42-yard line, about 3 yards short of the line to gain there at 45.
Drew Ross coming out of his safety position. Otterman going in, and King bumping from the left outside linebacker to safety now. Looks like Dawson Gaylord in there too. I mentioned this earlier. Owen Epstein out this week for the Jackets. He was starting cornerback last week.
Epps the ball carrier. Flag comes flying in from secondary. Usually a hold. It is indeed a hold. Freeport will certainly take that penalty as Epps had picked up the first down. 10 yards from the spot. It's going to put the ball at the 32. Just 10 yard, not from the spot. 10-yard penalty. Now 2nd and 12 instead of 2nd and 2. South Allegheny's wise here to start giving the rock to Epps. They've been trying some different things early. Freshman quarterback just not getting anything moving in the right direction. So go with the known commodity and see if Epps can give you a spark here down 20-0. Myers fakes the handoff. Colton Otterman sacked in the backfield. .908 remaining in the first half. Big sack there by Colton Otterman. They had 2nd and 2. It picked up a first down. Now it's going to be 3rd and forever. Ball at the 19-yard line. 3rd and 23. Nope, that's 13.
26.
Yeah, you're right, 26. All right. Not a whole lot of plays in the old playbook with a freshman quarterback for 3rd and 26. If it were me, I'd put the ball in the hands of Epps and see what you can get here.
Not sure there's many plays in the playbook. Even if it was a senior quarterback for 3rd and 26.
Did you see Caden Olson play last year? You give Caden Olson 3rd and 26, I'd take my chances.
All kinds of confusion, people moving. It became a delay of game.
3rd and 31.
Gladiators. Gladiators
Bad
going
to
the
worse.
wrong direction for their fans, for the Jacket fans. They're liking that. Be interesting. Like you said, they're going to try to get Epps the ball. Freeport going to send the house, try to put some people in his face.
I think you'll probably see the edge rushers. The other 9 will be more conservative, I'm guessing.
Epps motioning out.
Some confusion by Freeport that
double
time.
Double pass, nope.
Colton Otterman, Johnny on the spot. Gang tackled at the 10-yard line. Epps was able to get away from a winded Colton Otterman, but Otterman impacted the play enough to have Epps run right into 4 other Freeport defenders. Long 4th down for the Jackets. Punt and return man Sip Sellinger standing at the Gladiators' own 40-yard line. They're in a formation to go for it. We saw that last time, and then Myers dropped back, got a decent punt away. Drops back again. Low snap. Myers gets a decent punt away. Sellinger's going to take it at the 35-yard line. Heads to the right side, jukes back to the left. Through the first wall of defenders. Open lane to the end zone. Touchdown, Sip Sellinger.
Another touchdown for the Jackets. See on all sides of the ball tonight. Great wall set up and then a great cut and read and just then outrunning the defense for the Gladiators.
I sat and got to talk to who I think is Freeport's all-time best punt return man. I remember when I was a freshman, Eric Beach, and that team that went to Three River Stadium. Just Eric would hit that wall. That wall was impenetrable. Ran multiple punts back that year. His daughters play basketball here at Freeport. Kick is up and good. Did I see a penalty come in late? Thought I saw a flag.
There is a flag over there, I think. Yep.
Roughing the kicker. Penalty will come off on the kickoff. Not going to take points off the board. 27-0. So I had a +1 one.
Cole Troutman there with our...
I'm looking at the stadium scoreboard like I just put one on the Birds Foot scoreboard here. Why haven't they reacted there?
Cole Troutman.
Official school board is waiting for the penalty call because, well, and I'm wrong. They are going to take the points off the board and probably line up and go for 2, try to even that out.
So we're going to have a second attempt at the Mark Sparrow
extra point.
2-point
conversion, is it maybe?
Like I said, next week the Jackets head to Quaker Valley. Jason Kappa from Riverview is the head coach. There's a twin brother, Jeff. They both played at Clarion. They're both in some athletic coaching classes with me when I was at Clarion. Okay. So that was against the Jackets.
Do you have any kids on a team, or is he a teacher there?
He has a daughter
against team.
Who is in college. So I don't think he has any sons on the team or anything. He coaches softball over too.
Troutman a longer kick this time. Up and good. Cole Troutman converts the extra point once again. Again, penalty was on the Jackets, not on the Gladiators, so they had to kick.
I think there was a 2 men on the field penalty there. They're running one off late. Mr. Porterfield on the far side just picked up the flag as we declined it, so take the extra point.
27-0, nice reversal of fortunes so far tonight compared to last Friday night. See over there on a Gladiator sideline, head coach Brian Hansen, pretty animated over there as they get ready to receive 5th kick of the night. Opening kick and then 4 touchdowns. Epps is not deep. Epps is over on the right side. Gonna kick it over here to the left. Better roll this time. Might stay, rolls out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Number 8, Tyreek Chapman Benson, and number 11, Hunter Lanick thought about picking it up, but let it roll out of bounds. New quarterback?
No, he's just coming in late.
I thought number 11 was getting ready to take some snaps here.
Going to I formation of the Gladiators. So we got a lead blocker here for Epps.
Icky Woods. Initial contact. Utterman thinks the ball came out. Epps was the ball carrier. Icky Woods was almost there before Epps even had the ball. 2-yard loss on a play brings up 2nd and 12 for the Gladiators. 7-10 and winding here in the first half. On the Birds Foot scoreboard, 27-0 Freeport. 2nd and 12 for the Gladiators, ball on their own 32-yard line. Haven't had a whole lot of plays, if any. Have they been across the 50-yard line yet that didn't come back on a penalty?
Don't believe so.
Takes the handoff. Sean Sellinger in the backfield. Sellinger and Otterman meet at Malachi Myers. Myers is having a rough go at it here tonight.
Definitely a little dinged up there.
Said last week starting quarterback Ryan Cortez in street clothes. Ryan, a junior. Malachi, just a freshman. Those are the only two. I do see they're not the only other quarterback on the roster.
Cash
Pistilli, also
another
a freshman. Now we say that, but last year had Gavin Croney got hurt, we might have seen Ben Lane, who's running back on the roster, move into quarterback. So there's probably some other guys that can do that. So timeout here on the field. So we're going to go to another Steffi's Country Catering commercial. We'll be right back.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
Play will resume. 5:58 remaining here in the first half. Another third and long situation for Malachi Myers and the South Allegheny Gladiators. Got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of Epps with some room to do something with it. Pass falls incomplete. Colton Otterman once again putting Malachi Myers on the ground. Pass falls at the feet of Austin Shane to bring up 4th and long. Heard PA announcer Pete Shell talking about the girls soccer team is hosting a Labor Day tournament here this weekend. Play at 10 o'clock and then again tomorrow afternoon. Punt is blocked. Punt will be down at the 32-yard line. Not much going right here for South Allegheny.
Is that Icky Woods with the block, 56?
Taking a look at the run back the live stream feed here. The Jackets will start 1st and 10, ball at the 32.
There was a flag on the field, but they're picking up since it was
I think it was Colton Otterman again in there to get a hand on the ball. Icky Woods was back there as well, but
Jackets once again starting in great field position here. They're 32. I don't see Justin Jack on the sideline, so they must have taken him up to school to be taking a look at. Maybe over the training facility here down at the stadium. Well, they have the training room right here.
Yeah. Giross flushed out of the pocket, looked to take a shot deep. We'll just chuck it out of bounds.
That's a great decision right there.
Yep. So freshman Danny King was in on that formation. He's going to be spelled here by sophomore Dawson Gaylott. Future stars here at Freeport.
Speaking of stars, I see Brent Furco standing along the fence line down there.
Legendary. Hand off is to Otterman. Wrestled down across the 25-yard line by Brandon Guest on the tackle.
See if we can get Mr. Furco on camera here. Zoom in on him. Started Freeport and went on to Juniata, a little basketball. Part of a great run through the basketball program at Freeport.
Coach McCura back in the saddle, bringing some Jacket pride back to the basketball program. A lot of young talent there as well. Wouldn't be surprised, Colton Otterman hasn't played basketball in a few years, but when he did play, he was a starter. Ross out of the shotgun, pass deep for Sullivan. Flag on the play. It's like an obvious pass interference. Sullivan wants it on the Gladiators. That's probably going to be the case. Pass interference on the defense will be a 15-yard penalty and result in a first down for the Jackets. Ball will be spotted at the 12-yard line. Pete says 13-yard line, so we'll go with that. First and 10 from the 13. Nice spot to be in here where you can still pick up a first down, so you really have the opportunity to get in 8 shots here to get in the end zone. I don't think it's going to take that many from what we've seen so far tonight. Looks like Dustin Gaylott might have got away with a false start there. Colton Otterman, the handoff, untouched into the end zone. That's another Freeport touchdown. Colton Otterman staking his claim for the Body Revolution player of the game.
Colton, years past, has been known as the defensive standout, getting his time to shine a little bit here on the offensive side of the ball.
I told you last Friday night, though, I think he started playing in 6th grade when all the last year's seniors moved up, and he jumped right in at quarterback and, was a rock star right off the bat. Tremendous athlete. Baseball, basketball, football. Colton can do it all.
Looks like the Jackets are going for 2.
Otterman a sidecar right, Sellinger and Wisniewski to the right.
Tight end on the
Sullivan's
left
in a slot. Ross, corner route to Sullivan. Pass falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Epps. So with 4:23 remaining in the first half, it is now Freeport 33, South Allegheny 0 on the Bird's Foot scoreboard.
So we missed the opportunity there for 2 points on the Mark Sparrow. Extra point. Looks like Island was injured early on for South Allegheny. Has some crutches there, so unfortunately he'll be on crutches and not returning. As you said, that's literally and figuratively a big loss. 6'5", 315-pound junior. Was that the first play of the game? Second play of the game? It was early.
Yeah, it was early. Should be a good opportunity for some of those younger ninth and 10th graders to get some valuable playing time. Be interesting to see if we see Sean Sellinger at backup quarterback. Sean starts on defense on the defensive end opposite of Colton Otterman. He split reps last year in the Freeport blowouts with Drew Ross. Oh, man. Big block. Danny King just got drilled by a Gladiator blocker. It was actually Epps. Was it Epps? That was number 9. Brandon Guest just dead sprint, just drilled Danny King. And he bounces right back up and jogs off the field. Brady Pegg is the type of guy to keep receipts, so I think in the long run, Guest is going to pay for that hit on the freshman. Danny King's like a little brother, a second little brother to Brady Pegg. Of course, Brady's biological little brother, Bryson, is a freshman as well.
Drew Ross running out late there at safety.
Danny King needs a breather here instead of going out on defense.
High formation for the Gladiators. And off to
Epps in the backfield. Pega Sellinger and Mellish combine on the tackle there. Another 2-yard loss for Epps. Certainly seeing a better defense tonight than he saw at Yock last week.
Coach Duran definitely got that week worth of film, which is always what's nice too. As you get going farther and farther, you get more film of each opponent to prepare a little bit better. I think it also helps maybe with the backup quarterback and another pretty good running back out this week that we're in last week versus Yock. May make a big difference too.
Fakes the handoff. Pass complete to Shane. Big hit on the boundary by Brady Sullivan. Colton Ottoman right there as well, but a big hit delivered by Brady Sullivan. See where the ball spotted pretty close to a first down. Mr. Porterfield does call it a first down without measuring, just eyeballing it. South Allegheny can take all the help they can get at this point.
Otterman comes out. King goes in at outside linebacker.
Okay. Danny King, the youngest of the King brothers. Braden, Garrett both graduated. Taylor's a senior this year. Danny just a freshman. Danny also another 3-star athlete, starts in all 3 sports. Shane the ball carrier. This gain on the play, picks up 7, maybe 8 yards. Sullivan on the tackle. 2nd and 2 for the Gladiators. Trying to get on the board here in the final minutes of the first half. Performances, both the South Allegheny Gladiator Band and the Freeport area marching band at halftime.
Otterman back in the game on defense. Bump King back to safety and Ross out.
Talk about athleticism. When a freshman can play defensive end and safety, speaks volumes of his athleticism. Missed the tackle there. Epps picks up the first down. And it looks like they're across the 50-yard line maybe for the first time in the first half. Ball's going to be spotted at the Jacket 49, 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. Regardless of how many points are on the scoreboard for the Jackets, Duran never likes to see that 0 leave on the visiting side of the scoreboard, so you can bet the defense is going to buckle down here. Try to put some pressure on freshman quarterback Malachi Myers. Handoff again to Austin Shane. Another 5-6 yard gain. See the South Allegheny coaching staff has adjusted, and at least for the time being, taking the ball out of the hands of Malachi Myers and putting it on the feet of Epps and Shane. It'll be 2nd and 4 with the ball at the 43-yard line.
It helps set up that one play action pass for him too, with the runs they've been doing.
Single coverage on all these receivers.
Trips to the bottom of the screen.
Freeport selling out the run. Have 8 in the box. False start on the offense. Not what you want to see for South Allegheny after making some good forward progress. 2nd and a long 1, now 2nd and a long 9. That math doesn't work. That'd have been 2nd and 4.
2nd and a long 4. Now 2nd
that
and
Common
long
Core
9.
math. And off to Epps, met in the backfield, Icky Woods. Epps gets away from the initial defenders, but too many Jackets there. Brady Pega, Colton Mellish.
Under 1 minute to go in the half. 3rd and 11.
Taylor King over there contributing on a tackle as well.
Right at the 50-yard line.
5 seconds and rolling. Yeah, South Allegheny back on what is for them the wrong side of the 50. $15 on the game clock, 30 or 15 on the play clock, 30 on the game clock for the fumble on snap. Myers does fall on the ball.
South Allegheny looks like they're taking a timeout.
Why?
4th down. Maybe they feel like they can throw up a long play here.
Guess you got a young team. Take advantage of every opportunity you can, even if tough situation. Can't take the timeouts of the second half with you, so they'll burn their final one here with 14 seconds remaining in the first half. Official signaling up to put 20 seconds on the clock. (20-21), close enough. It doesn't look like 21 seconds though. Let's see the little colon. Fourth and 14. Now showing 21 seconds on the clock for the Gladiators. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Boxcar to right. Myers throws downfield. Ball goes out of bounds. Right at the stick guy. 40, right by the first down. Pass ball is incomplete. The other downside to calling a timeout on 4th down there at midfield is you're giving Freeport the ball back, plus territory. 2 timeouts. I guess they have 1 timeout. I was looking at the clock backwards. 1 timeout remaining for each team. But Drew Ross is taking a couple shots deep. You got some speedsters on each side, and Brady Sullivan, Madden Wisniewski both already with touchdowns. You got a gasher up the middle and Colton Otterman. I hate to second-guess coaches because I hate when people do that to me, but South Allegheny, I just let those 14 seconds roll off and head to the locker room and try to regroup. But Freeport comes out in the shotgun, not taking the knee. Flags before the snap. It's going to be a false start on the Jackets. Not sure if it was Sullivan or Sellinger, but one of them quick out of the blocks. Second,
I think they just
first and 15.
Told him to take a knee. I'm pretty sure the offensive coordinator just signaled that in with the old tap the knee, maybe.
Yep, and they will. We're going to take a shot deep there. And penalty changed their mind. Ross takes a knee. That'll be the final play of the first half. Much better start for the Jackets tonight. 33-0 at halftime. 5 touchdowns on the board for the good guys. One of those on special teams, 4 on the offense. Great start for the Jackets here tonight against the South Allegheny Gladiators. Any thoughts we haven't talked about so far in the first half?
First snap from under center right there to end the half. Some of those teams, they take a snap and then take a knee from the shotgun formation. Right. So definitely a good first half for the Jackets. Home, in front of a big crowd, Freeport crowd. After losing last week, how are you going to respond? And first half responded pretty well. Defensively, they did a great job containing Epps, putting pressure on the quarterback, making those tackles. They didn't miss any tackles. Like last week, they missed a couple tackles that resulted in some big, long plays. Big thing is hopefully for the Jackets is Justin Jack's health for them. And then on the other side, big Mr. Island over there on crutches. Looks like they're driving the cart across to pick him up, take him up to the locker room for South Allegheny. Those are things you don't want to see, especially in a non-conference game. So hopefully for both of those guys, they get healthy.
Absolutely. I think the biggest difference that I've seen so far between Indiana last week and South Allegheny is the senior leadership. Strong senior core there at Indiana. Most of the skill players here for South Allegheny, 9th, 10th, and a handful of 11th graders. So definitely in a rebuilding mode for South Allegheny, and Freeport definitely taking advantage on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. See how the second half goes. Is Freeport going to come out fired up still and land the knockout punch early, put it away, or they're going to let South Allegheny get some drives and potentially put some points on the board, maybe close the gap a little bit. Yep. With Epps back there, one big play, get the things going. Now, the big thing is Freeport does get the ball in the second half, so see how that goes. And time to watch the bands. It looks like South Allegheny is ready to take the field.
All right. So we'll let you listen to both bands, and we'll be back for the second half here on the High Top Sports Network.
Actually, someone else just requested. Would you like to hear anything else?
No. I really want to hear Don't Stop Us.
Okay, we'll be right back with those requests after this commercial break.
Good evening, band fans! Get on your feet as we present to you the pride of Freeport High School, the 2023 edition of the Freeport Area Yellowjacket Marching Band. We are the voices of the band, Dan, Lindsay, and Bella McKinley. The band is under the student leadership of auxiliary captains Caitlin Hemphill, Lachlan Boozer, and Caroline Black. Feature twirler Lexi Reisman, drumline captain Cody Stebbins, brass captain Ella Eiler, Wolfman captain Michaela Longley, drum majors Dominic Pagano and Logan Check, commanding officers Caitlin Brennan, Rebecca Kibler, Maxwell Cruz, and Nick Peretti.
Grab your pink jackets, dust off those fedoras, and get ready to groove to the funky sounds of Bruno Mars as the band is pleased to present Take Me to Mars. The band opens this Bruno Mars dance party with the 1990s R&B inspired hit 25th Parenthood.
Great performance by both bands here tonight, the South Allegheny Gladiator Marching Band and the Freeport Area Marching Band. Can't go wrong with a little bit of Bruno Mars. And some Toxic by Britney Spears from the Gladiators as well.
Two pretty good performances right there.
Both of them, absolutely.
What I love to see, South Allegheny, two football players in the band. Freeport
Always
have
nice.
any this year?
I don't know. Full disclosure, I walked the whole way to the far side of the field to support the girls' basketball booster concession stand. Give Lindsey Woods and Jen Holloway a hard time over there. I heard our band. I didn't get to see it. So I know Anthony O'Donnell last year did do both, and Anthony's on the roster, but I did not see if he was playing in the band or not. I think there was actually two players last year. So just under 2 minutes remaining here in the first or at halftime, and then they usually give the players a couple minutes to warm up once they get to the field. Big advantage here for Freeport, 33-0. Expect to see some of the JV players and younger players in the second half, but from what I've seen the last few years, Coach Gala and his staff probably going to see the starters for the better part of the third quarter, at least one or two series. Again, they're young themselves, still trying to put things together, rebuild offensive line, young quarterback, young skill position player. So I don't think you're going to see them bail out on the starters right away, but one more field goal next Freeport can score before South Allegheny will be a mercy clock, so the second half will roll pretty quickly if we can get on the board first. And then hopefully get to see some of those second and third tier players here in the second half of the game.
And like you mentioned, no JV game tomorrow. It's been canceled, so potentially there another reason to get some of those younger players in, maybe a little earlier than you would on a normal time too, just because of there being no JV game tomorrow. Unfortunately, not enough players. Had to cancel. If you're looking for something to do, Mr. Shell, like you said, announced the girls soccer team is hosting a tournament this weekend here at the Athletic Stadium. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if it's all weekend, if it's just a Saturday thing.
Yeah, I was talking to Lindsey Woods, and it sounds like Freeport girls are going to play one game tomorrow and one game on Sunday. So I'm not sure if it's 4 teams coming in, two friendlies each day, just kind of a split squad like we've done with the Christmas tournament, for years at Freeport. No true, tournament champion, just, 4 teams getting to play 2 games each. And some good reps early. Cameron Woods, daughter of Bobby and Lindsey Woods, freshman soccer player, and she's on I think Bobby was saying USA National East team, one of the top 32 players in that age group in the country, at least in the eastern half of the country. But freshman filling in, you're jumping right into the lineup. Just like we talk about the boys, athletes, football, basketball, baseball, all reloading. The group of athletes on the girls' side as well last year was really deep and talented as well. So lots of opportunities for younger players to get reps on the girls' soccer team. Cameron Woods had 2 goals the other night as a freshman. So bright future for Cameron Woods. And then it's girls volleyball season 2. Coach Phillips sitting right there at the top of the steps. Got to talk to him a little bit earlier. And every time you're at a sporting event at Freeport now, whether it's Little League Baseball, here tonight, there's always 2 or 3 groups of girls setting and working on their volleyball. And, talk about building a program. John Gaylott, Todd Duran have been here for a long time. Coach Phillips has been here for a long time, and it's like a volleyball factory here. They truly reload every year, coming off a WPIAL and state championship run. Still lots of talent in the chute for Coach Phillips. So
we talked about Rich McCure coming back to the boys' side, but be a new girls coach too. Coach Soilis stepped down. His youngest, Ava, graduated last year. She is currently a freshman at Ohio State.
Wow.
Or should I say the Ohio
The Ohio
State,
State,
as they say it. Longtime assistant Coach Mallory will be taking over the program. So a couple new
Not
faces
sure she'll
there.
be back for the start of the season, though. She is all kinds of pregnant. And,
She is.
A.D. Stuyvesant's pretty excited about getting to fill in with the 7th and 8th grade girls. And stopped and watched them play the other day. They were scrimmaging knock, and Mallory's all kinds of pregnant, so not sure of the timeline. It's weeks, though, not months. So hopefully she'll be back for the start of the season. I think it's really, really cool that, one, Mallory's a teacher, so it's easier to do it when you're a teacher than when you're a lawyer like, Fred was. But really cool that she's coaching the 7th and 8th grade girls, and you just have that continuity so she can, put in her offense and focus on the fundamentals that she's going to be looking for when those girls step up onto the varsity team. I really like that arrangement.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things. Girls basketball and volleyball, if the varsity coaches are able, with a job they have permits, they can coach their middle school teams and their varsity teams just because of the off seasons.
Yep.
So that's definitely nice. Coach Soilis wasn't ever able to do it because of his job. I got to be one of his junior high coaches for a while. Coach DeGitis, who's now the girls softball coach. He was it for a while too with me, 7th and 8th grade. And Coach Mallory's been doing it the last few years as one of them with Coach DeGitis. I don't know. I don't think Coach DeGitis is doing it this fall because of the softball things. I don't think he's doing the other one, so I don't know who.
Yeah, there's Mallory, and then there was some other young female teacher from the district. I had not seen her. Her name wasn't familiar to me, but she was there. I think she coaches the 7th grade team and helps, with the 8th grade team. The seniors that graduated last year, stepbrothers Jackson Reiser and Zach Clark, their twin sisters, Sydney and Keeley, are 7th grade basketball players this year, and every bit as aggressive and tough as Jackson and Zach, and they wear their numbers. One of them wears 22, one wears 1. So watch out for the Reiser girls.
Team stretching, finishing up. There's about 15 seconds left on the clock. We're getting ready to kick off the second half here. Definitely cooling down.
Nice breeze coming through the windows. Not good to keep the pool warm, though. Pool heater's going to be running all night long just to maintain the temperature, but such is life. First world problems, I guess. So full 12 minutes back on the clock. Freeport taking a knee, big group huddle. Prayer and discussion with Coach Schillinger pregame here, or pre-second half.
Announcing the 50-50 winner. I think I heard $375 to the winner.
Yeah,
tonight.
big crowd.
Mini cheerleading night. Nice fundraiser for the cheerleading program, but it's also good for the
50-50 for the football boosters.
50-50 for the boosters. Concessions on both sides. The band concession on the home side and the girls basketball concessions on the far side, visitor side. Get some more customers too. So
Chick-fil-A over there, always a big seller for the girls basketball program. I had the buffalo chicken dip earlier. It's pretty good.
wonder if Coach Soilis will be making a special appearance at a home game this year. He always did his gyros.
Yeah.
It's always a big seller.
I was telling you earlier, it's right up there with Mike and Tony's as the best gyros in Pittsburgh. Fred could definitely open up a business. No doubt. Definitely an acquired taste of gyro. Not for everybody. Some people can't get over that mental hurdle of being lamb meat, but Fred's is as good as it gets.
Definitely. I remember my father's alive. He would come specifically and just pick up a gyro and leave.
Yep.
Wouldn't even come into the game. Make sure he got his gyro. So he is a big fan favorite of Coach Soilis's gyros.
got some good news. Justin Jack is standing on the sideline. He is pads off, so he's done for the night. But he's standing there without crutches. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Mickey Glenn. I got my hopes up. That's 28. I thought it was 28, 21.
Yeah, I don't see him on the sideline.
Man, I thought that was Justin standing there. That's a good sign. Unfortunately, don't see Justin on the sideline even on crutches, so maybe went to get an x-ray. Hopefully that comes back negative. Justin will be back with us next week. Short high kick taken by Madden Wisniewski. Shakes the first defender. Gets around the wall on the Jacket sideline. Kicker spinning in circles. Madden Wisniewski to the house. Madden Wisniewski throwing his hat in the ring with Colton Otterman and Drew Ross for the Body Revolution Player of the Game. Second touchdown of the game. One through the air and one on that kickoff. Nothing going right for the Gladiators. Good news for them. Big picture is mercy clock. The second half will go a whole lot quicker for them than the first half did.
So we've had 2 special teams touchdowns tonight. Sip Selinger with the punt return and then the kickoff there to start. So the kickoff to start each half has been very successful for Freeport. The first half, a little pooch where they recovered, set up their first offensive position. And then this one, the touchdown. Madden to the house. Cole Troutman.
Kick is up and good on the Mark Sparrow extra point. That'll bring the score to Freeport 40, South Allegheny 0. Madden Wisniewski. 70-yard, 75-yard kick return to start the second half. And the mercy clock is rolling. That's also going to give Freeport the freedom to roll out the second team for the start of the second half here, it looks like. See number 15, Carson, or this kickoff team. So these are the younger guys anyway.
Colton Otterman going out, counting bodies.
Fortunately, I count 12, so Colton's going to come on.
Yeah, he's taking himself off. Good job counting, make sure.
Icky Woods going to pull Danny King off. Icky wants to go hit somebody. Chances running short here in the second half for the seniors. Icky Woods wants to run down. We got a second string kicker in. Kick goes out of bounds. Kick was by number 24, Eli Perez.
Freshman.
It is a penalty for kicking the ball out of bounds. We've seen that a few times. Keeps the ball out of the hands of Epps and Shane. So they're marking it where it goes out of bounds. So.
I think we're getting Cash in the here. Cash Pastilli, number 16. Another freshman come out to lead the Gladiators in the second half. Epps still deep in the backfield.
Handoff is to Shane. Gets away from the first defender. Still on his feet. Across the 40-yard line. Carson Kane on the tackle for the Jackets, number 15. Another sophomore. The rest of the starters out there. Carson's out with the starters. Out the second string. Carson, I guess Sip Selinger's on the other side over there. Playing corner where Madden Wisniewski was in the first half. And get a little breather after that long kickoff return. Carson Kane game for it with an early tackle. Kane got blocked from behind there, no flag, but Epps picks up a first down for the Gladiators across midfield.
Wisniewski, remember, he was in for Owen Niestein, who started last week and is in street clothes this week for the Jackets.
Both sophomores. Kane a sophomore as well. A lot of young talent, 9th and 10th grade.
Some very valuable senior leaders out there, though, too, for the Jackets. Little inside trap didn't work this time.
Austin Shane with nowhere to go. Met in the backfield, loss of 1 on the play. Officially spotted for a loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Trying to see if Malachi is on the sidelines over there or not. Took a decent little beating in the first half. Came hobbling off a few different times, so can't tell if he's over there or not.
Mason Lowe's with a sack. Castilli sacked behind the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure anybody touched Mason Lowe's on the block.
Forward Progress is going to have the ball at the 43. 3rd and 17 for the Gladiators.
Students still here, full force in their neon. Cheerleaders dressed in the varsity away jerseys.
Yeah.
Some of their favorite players. Pretty cool thing they do there.
Castilli, big pressure by Lowe's. Dawson Gaylott and Colton Otterman. Pass is complete, though, to Epps, back near the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. Is going to bring up a 4th and 8 or 9 yards for the Gladiators.
Nice job of setting up the screen. Almost didn't quite get enough piece of the, there's 4 or 5 Jackets there. Almost got to him before he's able to just float it up over them and get it to Epps. So we're 4th and 8. Well, it looks like Malachi is because dressed because it looks like he's running out to do the punting. Or Cash is hurt. I'm not quite sure, but it looks.
It does look like he's in the punt. Good position here for a fake punt. I mean, down by 40, midfield, not much to lose. Malachi does get the punt away. Not a great one. Brady Sullivan takes it short, tackled immediately from behind, right at the 40-yard line where the Jackets start 1st and 10. Tackle is either by, I think that was Tyreek Chapman Benson, number 8 on the tackle. Starters will roll out here again to start second half on offense. Dawson Gaylott and Colton Otterman in the formation. Otterman a sidecar left. Dawson going to the H-back position. Sellinger and Wisniewski to our side, and Brady Sullivan on the far side of the field. Man coverage. Hand off again to Otterman, runs over a defender. Just lowers his shoulder and buries. Number 20. Number 28. It was 28, Carson. Matty Whitfield. Got truck sticked by Colton Otterman.
Yeah, Colton definitely delivered the blow offensively.
I think someone's going to have to do something really dynamic here in the second half to take that Body Revolution player of the game away from Colton Otterman. Just having a fantastic game. Both sides of the ball. Otterman with the handoff again to the left side. Big gain again. 1st down and more up the Gladiator sideline. Colton Otterman run out of bounds around the 20-yard line.
Big thing is he's getting several yards before he's even touched. Inside, outside, however he's going, running very hard.
Colton Otterman doesn't have gears. It's just
looks like we're going to call a timeout here.
Hammer down.
And maybe rotate in some players. It looks like there's a whole group huddling up. So I think might be the end of the night for some of the Jackets. On the offensive side of the ball, the older guys there. So pretty impressive performance by the Jackets there.
Absolutely. Especially after last week. You never know a young team like that, how they're going to respond. And they got off the mat, came back swinging here tonight.
Like we said, we're dealing with high school kids. Last week they had the long bus trip up to Indiana. Right. This week South Allegheny's got a longer bus trip coming up through all the traffic and things like that. Next week, Jackets back on the road for another long bus ride over to Quaker Valley. So several Jackets running out there. Danny King going to be the quarterback? Oh, no, number 9.
No, it will be Danny King, 9. Braden Pimebo's running
Okay.
back. So Danny King out of the shotgun, freshman quarterback. Carson Kane split to our side. Camden Schlegel, number 14, out to the left. Bryson Pegg, I think, number 2, slot left. King sacked on the play.
He handed off there. Pimebo got a quick handoff.
Okay. It's tough to see the 8 and 9s bang, bang like that. Austin Shane with another tackle. Safe to say if we were given a player of the game for South Allegheny, it would be Austin Shane. He's been carrying the ball a ton, making a lot of plays on defense.
Talk about young guys. He's a young guy for them, too, sophomore. Quarterback, freshman, running back, junior and sophomore. Their starters they're missing, quarterback and the other running back are both juniors. So
Danny King on the design keeper. Run down and tackled from behind.
Be interesting. This is the second year of the cycle, so next year, who knows who we'll get matched up with, if they'll get another matchup for 2 more year cycle with South Allegheny or not.
Right.
So redo the alignment after this year.
And where our numbers are too, you know, we're right on that border. We're a big 3A football team, a small 4A basketball team. I don't know where the numbers are and how they align, but hopefully we can stay in 3A football at least 2 more years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were one of the biggest 3A schools in football.
Bell Vernon the biggest.
Maybe again with another
tackle in the backfield brings up 4th down. Some of the second string line that's on the field. Number 62, Cameron Mankey, freshman. 63, Carter Kemp is a freshman. 76, Hunter Lang, a junior. 64, Cole Troutman, the starting kicker, is at left guard. Salvatore Coppola, the son of Tony's Pizza. Tony's Pizza, another big sponsor of Freeport Athletics.
4th and 17. Clock running. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Danny King rolls out, chucks it downfield. Anthony O'Donnell with a catch and a touchdown. Danny King on 4th down delivers. It is Freeport 46, South Allegheny 0.
Lots of points on that Bird's Foot scoreboard tonight.
Lots
especially
of
on the
opportunities
Jackets
for the
side.
Mark Sparrow extra points as well. So Ross is still going to be the holder. And freshman Eli Peraz need to attempt the extra point. Kick is up and good.
Drilled that through those uprights.
55 seconds and counting because of the mercy clock. Here in the 3rd quarter, the score is Freeport 47. South Allegheny Dunkin' Donuts.
Next week, unfortunately, we will not be on the road to Quaker Valley. I'm not sure if High Tops will be covering the game or not, but fortunately, we will not be in the booth.
Yep.
So it looks like that's how the third quarter will end. They'll let it run out, and then they'll kick off, go in the opposite direction in the fourth quarter. So we'll end 47-0 after 3. For those of you who don't know, my man here next to me is the voice of Lernerville Speedway too. So if you're out to Lernerville Speedway, you will hear Eric announcing all the races.
Big news this week, Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming to Lernerville.
I know.
Our big race in September.
I saw that. It's good.
It's amazing how many people remembered my phone number all of a sudden when they found out Dale Jr. was coming.
Good to see.
Pretty cool opportunity. Dale Jr. not going to race. Little gentleman's agreement between he and Kyle Larson. Kyle did him a favor, and Dale Jr. asked, how can I repay the favor? And Kyle said, come to a sprint car race. Dale said, name the time and place. He's like, Lernerville is one of my favorite tracks. We got a 50,000 win race in September. Junior said, I'm there. Let's go. Really looking forward to it. NASCAR Hall of Famer. Should be a great event. You can learn more at Lernerville.com. Epps going to take the kick. Great tackle.
14.
Camden Schlegel, another one of the freshmen.
I think they said that was number 8 on the kick
I
return.
don't think so.
I didn't either. I thought it was Epps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's on number 4. Either way, great tackle by Camden Schlegel. Another one of the freshman stars on this Freeport team.
Zoom in here on Coach Todd Duran. Gotta give him credit. Great game plan defensively after last week's performance for South Allegheny. They're worried about that stuff, but a good game plan.
Cash Bastilli still in at quarterback after that big hit at the end of the last drive.
Oh boy.
Icky Woods. Tackle, new ball carrier that time was number 33. Jake Tabaney. That'll help. Turning on some lights. Be able to read the rosters again. I wonder if they finally fixed the lights over in the announcing booth. They were like motion detected last year and would never stay on. Where we were all seated over there was below the infrared eye or whatever it is that picks up the motion.
Looks like a new tailback too. I don't think Epps is deep in the backfield.
It's like double digits on the helmet, yeah, 22. Icky Woods again on the tackle. Joe Gamrett, I believe, was ball carrier there, number 22.
Yep, 22. We'll zoom in.
Under 10 minutes, 47-0, Jackets
Only
way
problem-
out front.
Only problem with the lights on, a little reflection. You can see your shirt
All right,
in the thing.
kill that.
Cell phones, lights. I don't know how people don't survive with. Everybody survives with them nowadays. Looks like we got a timeout on the field.
Timeout Freeport.
Freeport with the timeout.
Looked like maybe trying to make some substitutions.
Yeah, I think they're doing the same thing they did offensively. Call the timeout, get guys out there, set up, ready to go.
Like Coach Phillips making his way out for the night. Two-time state champion, girls volleyball.
Off to a good start so far this year as well.
Said they just reload. Great program. Freeport's youth team, the Jackets, mostly 6th, 7th graders. Off to a 2-0 start this year. They will head to Pine Hills tomorrow.
What sport's that?
The youth football team.
Oh, youth football. Yeah. I think they had their bye week last week for the first for their only bye.
Still it rolls out. Turf Monster tripped up Jake to Banley. Pass is complete, though. Brings up a 4th down, approaching the 9-minute mark on the Bird's Foot scoreboard. I also want to thank the folks from Sprinkles Neighborhood Market, locations in downtown Saxonburg, Leechburg, and Katanning. You can hashtag save on meat.
Sushi Wednesdays.
Sushi Wednesdays.
Nobody deep
Best
for the
hoagies
punt.
around. Oh, Mason Lowe's tried to sky to block that limit on his lid. High punt. Falls harmlessly. Down by number 54, Peyton Myler, freshman for the Gladiators.
Ryan Redmond, bad news if you're watching the game. I think your son just dropped his cell phone down the vent. My daughter texted me. Somebody needs a new phone because they just dropped it down the vent.
Uh-oh. Down the vent? Like where? Like in the
Lake.
sewer?
Yeah,
sewer
I believe
thing?
so. Not 100% sure that's who it was, but
I don't think that's going to be covered by the insurance. Danny King out of the shotgun. Anthony O'Donnell, touchdown recipient earlier in the
we've got a flag.
H-back spot. Legal substitution.
South Allegheny got too many guys on the field.
Yep. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Can't fault them for trying. They haven't done real well with 11 guys on the field. Trying to
New
sneak
philosophy.
one on.
New philosophy.
A lot of young talent there, so growing pains. Tough night for South Allegheny, but definitely a lot of young talent there, a lot to build on. Not real familiar with their section, if it's going to get any easier for them or not, but
Done pretty well last couple years in basketball. I think they had couple brothers with the last name Epps as well doing that. One's at La Roche now. I believe he was a freshman.
Schlegel and Pega split to the left. Carson Kane, single coverage to the right. King out of the shotgun. Pamebo in a sidecar. O'Donnell in the H-back position. Nice cut there by Braden Pamebo. It's tackled by Joe Gamnett. And to Banley again.
Wondering if the corner over there, the end zone, is where the drain is, since there's a lot of people piled up in that one corner outside the fence there, by the concession stand. Looks like some phone lights on towards the ground. Excitement right now at Freeport Athletic Stadium. Jackets almost to the 10, looking to score some more.
And off to Pamebo. Good blocking. It's near the Jackets sideline. Tackled again to Banley, I believe 53. No, that's Max Jeffcoat, number 53. Tackle.
Another big kid out there, number 74 for South Allegheny. Definitely has some size.
That's the 6'2", 290, Anthony Hott.
Junior as well. Looks like there's 8 seniors on this roster. The original roster I had only had 3 and was missing several players, but still only 8 seniors on the team.
Hand off again to Pamebo. Inside the 5 this time. Dragged down. And number 22, Gamnett. Gamret, sorry. Razzle dazzle over there for the marching band.
Second goal from about the 6, 5.
High snap. Danny King gets it and wisely slides to the surface. Bring up a third down. Clock approaching 4 minutes remaining in the game. I think we can pretty safely say that Colton Otterman is our Body Revolution player of the game. Honorable mention to, unless you want to overrule, but honorable mention to Matt Wisniewski. Had a big game, couple touchdowns each way. Drew Ross, another solid game, but
Colton definitely performed very well on both sides of the ball. Definitely my vote as well for the Body Revolution player of the game.
Colton Otterman go get a free T-shirt downtown Freeport Body Revolution this week for being our player of the game. Austin Shane, another tackle there for the Gladiators on Braden Pamebo.
May have to remind Brady Sullivan too if he hasn't made it down there.
Yeah.
He needs to stop down and get a T-shirt from Body Revolution for player of the week.
Fourth and 14, approaching the 3-minute mark. Danny King comes to the huddle. Danny King with the design keeper will pick up. Sorry, that was 4th and goal. Comes up short. Turnover on down. South Allegheny will get the ball at least one more time. 2:42 remaining in the game. The clock stops only momentarily. We can change of possession as soon as the ball is set. The clock will wind. South Allegheny, full complement of 3 timeouts. Young team get all the reps they can get. 12, Zach Sheldon in at corner. Connor Patterson, a first-year senior. Never played football before this year, in there at linebacker. Number 70, Hunter France, another freshman, making his varsity debut, number 70, jogging onto the field.
Pretty sure we played that play with 10 players on the field. As he went on and nobody came off, and we've got 11.
No harm, no foul.
Wonder why the hole was so big there.
Hand off to Gamrett. Like number 67, big Sam Austin. Right here, Sam Austin is a bench pressing machine. I heard Max is out at like 350 on the bench.
Wow. Looked like Carter Kemp, freshman, just ran out on the field there.
I think Sam Austin is a workout freak at Body Revolution, oddly enough. Freeport kid, Freeport gym. Nice run here by the Gladiators. Austin Shane, tackled by Brayson Pega. Or no, excuse me, that's number 9, Braden Pamebo on the tackle.
.45 seconds in the running clock here.
Another first-year senior, number 16, Holden Pallison out there at defensive end. .62, Cameron Mankey, one of the offensive line starters out on defense. Now playing linebacker. Oh, fumble on a handoff. Jackets might get to finish the game in a victory formation instead of on defense. Either way, that's going to be the final play of the game. Just going to let the clock roll. Teams line up at the 50-yard line. Big bounce-back game for your Yellowjackets tonight. A huge 47-0 victory over to South Allegheny Gladiators. Great opportunity for the young kids, young players to get on the field. A couple of the seniors who have never played before to get some Friday Night Lights reps. Great way to start the home part of the 2023 schedule for the Freeport Yellowjackets.
Definitely a good start. Started off with the opening kickoff, getting that turnover and setting up almost half first quarter. They had to drive, took them a little under 6 minutes to get that first drive and result in the touchdown, and then never really looked back from there. Great job defensively containing Epps. Unfortunately for South Allegheny, come in minus a starting quarterback, a starting running back as well.
Losing a big lineman early.
Yep. So, you know, that's what you don't want happening is guys getting hurt early on and stuff.
Check out the sportsmanship over there with the Freeport players going to shake the hand of Island Russell Ekuyun, injured early. Good sign of sportsmanship by the Freeport Yellowjackets. Speaks of the culture and tradition here that John Gaylott, Todd Duran, and their coaches have cultivated here at Freeport.
Right. Like you said, big thing. Probably the big question mark for the Jackets is the health of Justin Jack. Fortunately, he got hurt. We didn't see him on the sidelines at all after he got hurt. Even after halftime, didn't see him out there at all. So hopefully he gets healthy. Hopefully the South Allegheny guys get healthy too for their conference games coming up. And always good to see the band and the cheerleaders out there celebrating the wins now.
Yeah, I hope everything goes well for Justin Jack, assuming that he's not back on the sideline, went to get an x-ray, and hopefully that's negative and he's able to be back with us in the next week or so. Colton Otterman didn't miss a beat in there at fullback, but that's not really sustainable if you can avoid it. You know, having a guy carry the ball a lot and being your primary pass rusher, and Colton plays a lot like TJ Watt. He doesn't take plays off on the field. He'll give 100%. He may got to come off once in a while for a quick breather, but playing both ways in, you know, high-profile positions, a lot of impact both ways, not really sustainable if you can avoid it. Much better in a rotating role in the H-back spot. But he definitely stepped up. He was our Body Revolution player of the game. Lights out on defense and just a road grader on offense.
Yeah, he did well. Hopefully the Jackets build off this. Like I said, next week on the road at Quaker Valley, another non-conference matchup for the Jackets as they prepare, get into the meat of the conference schedule as the school year goes on. So good luck to them. Good luck to South Allegheny as they continue in their season as well. Safe travels home. Once again, thanks to our partners and sponsors, Steffi's Catering for the booth. Check them out. Like I said, Terry Steffi's Facebook page. He'll have the Sunday specials. The Body Revolution player of the game, like we mentioned, Colton Otterman. Birds Foot Golf Course, another great sponsor. And Sprankles
Neighborhood Market and Mark Sparrow Tattoo Parlor. So we're going to close out. Thank you, Joe Rhodes and Josh Reckengoss, for the opportunity 2 weeks in a row. Tag team with my best friend. Pretty cool to have this opportunity on the High Top Sports Network. We're going to close out with one last commercial for Steffi's Country Catering, and hope to see you back here on the High Top Sports Network in the near future.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.